This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Are we truly a genius, or are we just mad like these inmates? Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Sherlock Holmes the Awakened. In the last episode, we finished whatever we did in London, and we headed on to Switzerland, which we found ourselves in a mental asylum, and we became a patient there, and with the help of Watson, we were able to get inside. However, looks like we're having a bit of trouble trying to figure out what's going on in here, so why don't we just head on in and continue looking for all the lovely people living in here, and see if we can help even more people get to the bottom of this mystery. You gave this Gerda, was it Gerda? Yeah, Gerda her doll. And I didn't catch you playing with your dolls again, sir. All right, wait. So let's go to the, let's see, teleport to the garden. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's go here next. Let's see. Oh, whoop. Come on.
Closed tight.
Well, we can take care of that. Got a key for that thing. Haha. All right, let's see what's in here. So. Oh wow, loom. It's been a while since I've seen those. I should play that game one of these days. It's a point-and-click adventure game. Very interesting, like with the theme and like what it's about. Not very many people are aware of it. It's kind of like a, I wouldn't say an underground classic, but it's definitely one of those interesting titles by like forgot the company. Was it LucasArts did it? I think so.
Fraulein Muller does not seem particularly gifted. Truly, art in the blood can take the strangest forms.
Ah, yes. You make a good point, Mr. Holmes. It's like another loom.
This splendid macrame design is protecting the bottle.
Ooh, what's this?
Macrame, a healthy occupation for modern women, by Kalipigi Mubala Smith Papadopoulos. And look at this, it is a signed edition.
That sounds like a made-up name. It probably is a real person, but still, it sounds like a real name. What was it, George Papadopoulos or whatever from Vegas Vacation? Dr. Fraulein Mueller, we are deeply sorry, but it seems we have sent you the wrong spectacles, which were actually intended for another customer. In fact, they are waiting for those lenses, and you know how difficult it is to be without spectacles. I would know. If you could be as kind as to return them, we will gladly pay all your expenses for the regrettable mistake. Once again, please accept our most sincere apologies. Man, remember back in the day when they wanted you to send stuff back? Or I mean, you still return stuff back in the day, but nah, never mind. I had a thought with this, and then it became stupid when I realized what I was thinking. So there's the spectacles, because you can return. Well, there's a lot of companies that if they make a mistake or whatever, they just tell you to keep it because the cost of shipping it back and all this other stuff is like pointless. So, but the spectacles were probably pretty costly back in the day. Yeah, Shamrock. Hidden blimps can be the safest things ever. Don't worry about it. Always trust in blimps. Here was a very big yarner. Ooh.
This must be the key to the aviary.
Okay, so we can get the aviary now. Nope, can't do anything with that. Let's see first. Okay, I was about to say I thought I missed something.
A lovely piece. I must say it's the highlight of this exhibition, but I dare say it shall prove useful.
Okay, let's go back to the aviary. Okay, I should be able to, I can open the cage now, I believe, with the key we just got, so.
Closed tight.
Hey, you guys have anything to say? No.
I want them
Okay,
to
he's just repeating
flop.
his dialogue. Never mind. Alright. Yeah, it's weird how the keys aren't named. They just say key, so I'm like, okay.
The door to the birdcage is open. Help us.
The birds have escaped! Quick! Catch them! Catch them!
Thanks to the panic, all the nurses will be elsewhere, as Bauer would say. While the guards are busy trying to catch the birds, I should use the opportunity to search the rest of the asylum.
Yeah, who knew releasing a bunch of birds would cause so much chaos? The couche, huh? What's this?
Following the unintentional fire caused by uninspired staff members, I made the decision to forbid access to the kitchen and dining room to all staff other than Frau Mayer and myself.
Huh, alright.
It is necessary to get this dragon to leave so I can freely examine the kitchen. Perhaps if I can create smoke, she will go into a panic and leave, thinking there's a fire.
Okay, let's see. Where's the fountain? Ah, here it is over here. Okay, let's fill up that bottle we just got. Alright, with water. Alright. Now we need to go to, let's see. Yeah, now we can travel to kitchen, garden, examination room, Frau Mueller's room. Let's see, I want to go to the lab. Let's see. I assume that guy's still sleeping. Yep.
Potash, the perfect ingredient for creating smoke.
Alright, we just need to fill this with something. So what do we got? We can't, well, obviously we don't mix it yet, so let's use that meal dish we got.
Here now, I must take care to measure the precise dose.
Okay, and then he said that we need to measure it, so now we can use that scale.
Here is the bottle with adequate water. I must calculate its capacity as accurately as possible if my smoking apparatus is to work.
Okay, let's use this first. Yeah, now we actually have to use the scale.
And there, it is done.
Alright, now we have to use the bottle.
Here is the bottle with adequate water.
Yes, yes.
Now I know the exact capacity of the bottle.
Alright, now we need to, let's see, what do we got here? Chlorine. Okay, so we're trying to create like a smoke and fire, so we need to drive this to the water. So now we got chlorine and water. And then we need to add the metal dish with potash to the chlorine.
My smoking device is ready. I must say, a room filled with smoke shall be difficult to examine, but there is no other way.
Yep, sorry. No point. Or no other. It's no use! Alright, back to the kitchen. And now we can just walk. We just have to walk in, but we have to have the bottle equipped to do that. God, we're causing a lot of chaos in this place. Releasing birds, pretending there's a fire, making some poor woman scream her head off. Yeah.
A truss for roast beef.
Hildegard, I found, of course the lady's called Hildegard. I found a bag still full of birdseed. If you must replace birdshit after my shift ends, do not forget. 3 short bells and a long one. This will send the lift back up to the doctor's office. When it arrives at the first basement, the way up will be blocked. You will have to go down to get the dishes afterwards. See you, and good luck, Gretchen. Okay. So 3 long and 1 short is what they said, right? Alright, let's see what else I can interact with in here. Guess that's all we need. Huh. I thought there would be something else to examine in this place. There's the, let me show you the truss. The truss is like that rope type of stuff you wrap around beef to keep it together when cooking. I don't know the exact use of it. I've cooked, but I haven't cooked like roast beef and stuff like that. Now let's go to Becker's cell. Talk to him again.
The attendant is gone.
Ah, I'm very glad. But you are not an attendant?
No, my good man, I am not. I arrived from London to investigate private charges of embezzlement against this establishment.
You came all the way from London. Why would anyone choose to come to this god-forsaken place?
Indeed, I have just arrived from London and my reasons will soon be clear. Listen to me. I know you do not belong here. You are not mad, merely the victim of a trap that only the most expert specialists could untangle. More importantly, you are the only person here who can give me the information I require. If you could speak with me, assuming your pain has not returned, I would be in your debt.
But who are you?
Someone who could guarantee your freedom once my objectives are secured. But I have little time, and you must listen to me carefully. Did you hear the staff or other inmates speak on any suspicious activities, other than the horrible mistreatment you have all suffered at the hands of the staff?
You are from English customs, then. You must be interested in the arrival of illegal foreign lunatics in your country.
What makes you say this?
Well, some time ago, they removed all the foreigners from their cells, and they were never seen or heard from again. Perhaps they were shipped into your country without the usual formalities?
Those foreigners, where did they come from?
I don't know exactly, because oddly, they never associated with the rest of the inmates. They arrived regularly, 1 or 2 fellows per month.
Most peculiar. Did they speak among themselves?
I could hear them trying to talk to one another, but it seemed as if they couldn't understand each other, as if each spoke a different dialect. Also, none of them seemed mad in the least. And then there was one other odd event. They were downstairs, and it was shortly before their departure. I strained to hear them, and could barely make out their conversation. This time, they all seemed to speak the same language, and what is even stranger, they seemed to be saying the same thing repeatedly.
You must rest now, but don't lose hope, as I am here to help. I am afraid I must leave you now.
If you need to know other information, you can see me when you like.
Okay. Well, do you have any other information right now, or are you pretty much done?
Did you learn something else?
No, of course not. Alright, let's grab this thing right here. Grab this cart. Yeah, so he thinks we're like some work for the government or whatever. We're just a detective who just wants to solve this mystery. That's all it is, so it's kind of funny when you think about it, so. Alright, let's go. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Now we need to get to the next section here, so. Looks like we have to put these back to back. What's this?
I need something.
Ah. Well, let's go use that cart we just got. I'm not sure what we're doing with that.
I need something.
But, you know. But, I think we're trying to push this at the same time is what we're trying to do, so let's put the pot holder.
This is meant to be used by 2 people, and here I am alone. What should be done? I have to create a system to use this lever in distance.
Okay, so yeah, we have to do that just to figure out why we're doing something. So what we need to do is we need to push them down at the similar times. So we're just going to use this anvil we found earlier and put them together. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Let me do that first.
The only solution is to find a method allowing me to lower this external lever when I am between the 2 gates.
Okay, maybe if I use the anvil first.
I need something.
Okay, well I'm supposed to be able to do mix these together.
I need something.
Oops. Okay, there we go. For some reason it wouldn't let me do that before. I don't know why.
I need something.
Okay, well now we use the anvil on that. Okay, then we need to use the truss on the lever.
The only solution is to find a method allowing me to lower this external lever when I am between the 2 gates.
Let's see. Oops, sorry. Press the wrong button there. There we go. Yeah, we're doing some Rube Goldberg over here, man. Okay. Let's do. Whoops. Let's do. Keep pressing them.
These levers are well oiled.
Okay. Yeah, see, it goes at the same time, so we're just trying to make a way to press that down to get to the other spot. So now,
And there, it is done.
elementary, my dear Watson, even though he never says that in the books at all. And then that opens up both doors. So there you go. All that just to get in the door, but hey, why not? So, all right. Let's go down. Now we're getting into down Goblin Town, or I guess in Ostgang or whatever. Now we can teleport down here as well, so. Wolf, huh?
3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 5 is 10.
Pardon me, sir. Could I trouble you for some information?
Nasty, nasty cheat. I shall say nothing to you. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24. I shall speak only to Professor Schwartz. He understands that I have learned all my lessons. 3 times 9 is 27.
Apparently he will speak only with this professor. Perhaps the medical files on this man Wolf will be helpful.
So if we can pretend to be Wolf, like we've been looking at before, we can figure this out. So, all right, we need to find. Let's see, what's no one on that one? Jotun. He's not talking. Gygax. We need to go to his office first.
Closed. Tight.
All right, so we need to find keys for that. So, all right, let's find some keys. Ah, would be funny if you could get burned or whatever. Sigmund.
This door is quite solidly built, but the lock is rudimentary. Never again will I go out on a case without a small spoon at my side, though likely Watson would envy me this valuable implement.
All right, well, let's use our spoon again then. The tick would be proud. All right, looks like we got another spoon puzzle here, so let's see if we can figure this bad boy out. Should be just as simple as the other ones. So let's see. Let's move these 9 here, 3 here, 3 here. Let's see. Let's go 7 and 8 right there. And then let's see. Let's move you. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I guess put the 9 there. Let's put the 1 down there. Let's put the 4 there. 10 there. 4 there. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So let's put the 3 there, 2 there, so we can shift the stuff around. All right, and then after that, it's just start putting everything down the section here, and then let's just separate all these. And then final one there. So sorry, my headset went dead again because there's no sound in this part. So if it doesn't have sound playing through the thing, it assumes I'm not doing anything with it. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It kind of throws me off every time. Like all of a sudden I'll hear the sound cut out. And I'm like, uh-oh, what's going? Uh-oh. Is this his office? Oh wait, no, this is someone else. This is the Kein Zutrit or whatever. Ugh. Is this where they dump all the bodies? Dump all the bits and pieces of the bodies anyway?
Who could have forgotten this?
I don't know, man. Maybe while they're dismembering people?
My God, there is a body inside. I'm glad I spared Watson this horror. This place conceals deeds far more sinister than the mere traffic in dangerous goods. This well must empty directly into an underground river.
You really want to dump bodies in a river? Won't that completely, like, disease-fill the local water supply? Yeah, not a good idea. But, nothing I can do about that, I guess so. Alright, that's Gygax's key, by the way, so... Let's get back to the office. Even though it says Gygax or whatever, it's Gygax. I know. Ooh, got all sorts of goodies here.
I don't know what this guy Jack's studied, but judging by his office and what I saw before, he is more dangerous than any of his patients.
Yeah, sounds dangerous.
The Worship of Ghouls by Count Derlet. I do not think this book would give the reader pleasant dreams if reserved for bedtime reading.
Especially if it's about ghouls. Ghouls and ghosts? Let's see. We need to find... There it is, Wolf.
This man seems to suffer from every possible mental affliction. Judging by the date of his admission, he must...
Oops.
So this is Professor Schwartz.
Crap. Sorry about that.
I need a name to continue my research.
I accidentally pressed the escape button on that. Shoot. Sorry about that, viewers. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that. Crap. I did not mean to. I accidentally pressed a button on my keyboard while he was talking, and it went to the menu, and it had him stop talking. So, and I didn't save it before then, so. Well, there's Schwartz. Well, anyway, Wolf is supposed to have basically a bunch of diseases and everything like that, so.
I need a name to continue my research.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to click on the button. It was a slip with a finger. Complications, big delay, but goods will be ready in time. Need money because of no more stones. A
cable from New Orleans sent in the last few weeks. If the shipment of these goods from New Orleans relies upon a transfer of funds from Europe, it is possible the actual exchange won't take place for a few weeks. There may still be time to intervene.
Maybe.
Closed. Tight.
So I have to find a key for that, or something to unlock it.
There's a small label that says classroom.
Dear sir, first of all, I'd like to thank you for selecting our bank in order to handle your transactions and account. The jewelers we contacted have made several offers which generously exceed our experts' estimates of the value of your goods. They also provide solid financial guarantees to back their bids. The discretion of the associates is, as you know, proverbial, and nothing other than this document will reveal the true nature and event of your transactions. Here is an accounting for each gem and the total sums collected on your behalf, less our commission. You will find that the monies have been deposited in your account for your disposition. Jewel 7 count 400, SFR stylus 8 count, or cut, 500 SFR 12 jewels 12 cut, 900 SFR emerald 8 count, or maybe it is count, because sometimes there can be cut of jewels. But anyway, 600 SFR turquoise 9 CT 1200 SFR emerald 2 CT 900 SFR stylus 6 CT 200 SFR diamond 9 CT 500 SFR diamond 16 ST CT 1800 SFR pink stylus 14 CT 2100 SFR topaz 5 CT 450 SFR. Sincerely yours, William Bergen. So they've been maybe they've been taking jewels from the inmates or something like that. Ooh, that's not scary at all. All right, anything? I mean, I know there's other things, but
I can pick this lock.
Good to know.
I haven't examined everything yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't examined everything yet.
Well, fine. Pick that lock then. Let's see. I thought I was about to say, I was looking for this. So, poker.
I need a name to continue my research.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, anyway, let's use the poker on this because the classroom key won't actually work on that, so. There we go. Letters found in Dr. Gygax's office. They originate from various Swiss banks and show that during these last months, the doctor completed several sales of precious stones. Each transaction was for a great amount. He must have a real treasure. These letters also reveal funds were transferred to specific bank accounts in London and New Orleans. Yeah.
Unbelievable. These letters are from various Swiss banks and show that the doctor made several sales of precious stones over these last months, and each time for higher profit. He must have access to a real treasure. I see numerous transfers were made to an account holder in the Bank of London and another in a bank here in New Orleans. I must take note of these transactions.
Okay. Well, here they go. Professor Gygax, after reading your letter, I understand that the risk of exposure by my master is great. I believe that even if we employed hair pieces, heavy top coats, and generous tips, nothing would slip him safely past this country's custom officials. As the great day draws near, my master's behavior will become more uncontrollable, and our plans should not risk ruin due to unwanted attention. So I ask you to keep light, my master, close at hand. He will enlighten you when darkness returns to cover this place. Echoes from 5 New Orleans. Tell me our people there need more means. Make sure that they have what they need, so their deliveries to you are not overly delayed. I hope to congratulate you on the quality of your work when I receive your package until he accepts you among his. On the handwritten letter found in Dr. Gygax's office, there's a greasy stain, apparently from an oil lamp. This specific oil, as a variety, has not been in common use for some time. The person who wrote this letter must therefore have access to old stories of the lamp oil. The letter is also recent, being dated a few days ago. I can infer it was posted from Europe and should have passed through countries with a reliable postal system. A strong odor of iodine was also detected. This letter was also in the presence of sea air before it was posted. Unfortunately, the envelope it came in was not found.
Hold on. There's an oily stain on this letter. It smells of iodine. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess we can close that. Yeah, we just
Oh my god.
it's a workbench. Yeah, working. Not, not dissecting people or cutting them up or whatever messed up stuff like that. What was he writing there?
The faint signs remaining on this blackboard are in phonetics. It appears that people were forced to recite some text with no real understanding of its meaning. It's a pity that the text was erased.
Yeah, we'll never know. Not initially. On the blackboard in Gygax's workroom, I found faint traces of phonetic inscriptions. It would seem people were given this text to recite, most likely by force. The use of phonetics suggests these people were unfamiliar with the language and therefore also unable to grasp its meaning. Unfortunately, the doctor erased the writing after he had finished with his lesson. The exact wording and meaning of the text is not clear. This method of teaching the subjects an unknown phrase through forced memorization could also explain the horrific experiments performed on the brains of the talking birds. Who is capable of repeating better than a mynah bird? I guess that's true.
I feel great pity for the patients who must have been tied to this machine.
Yeah. Ugh.
What's this? A battery with a crank starter. No doubt used to stimulate his patients.
Stimulate, yeah.
A notebook detailing the experiments conducted by Mr. Gygax.
Theory. By comparing the cerebrums of talking birds and the patients, we will find similarities in shape. These similarities in shape will imply similar functioning, in particular, the portion of the human brain which corresponds to that of birds, governs both vital functions common to all higher beings and the formation of articulated sounds. Practice validates this theory. A patient whose cerebrum portions, not replicated in the talking birds, were destroyed, continued eating and producing sounds, though they had no real significance. 2. Theory. If a patient's life is maintained and a gradual part of his cerebrum are removed, it should be possible to identify which human functions correspond to each distinct section of the cerebrum. Therefore, this procedure will identify the sole cerebral functions that serve our experiment, those that enable the individual to survive and produce precious articulated sounds. We may then remove all except these core cerebrum elements in our subjects. Practice validates this theory. Unfortunately, by the lack of collaboration by the subjects, does not allow me to isolate the part of the cerebrum corresponding to reading or acquiring new knowledge. I do not have enough expendable patients for test subjects, as most are needed for the cause. I'll have to find another way. 3. Theory. By using the phonetic system, the patient, regardless of nationality, learns a specific song. However, they must repeat and commit this phonetic-based song to memory while they are in full possession of their senses. The question is, will they retain the ability to articulate this learned song after the undesired cerebral sections are removed? Practice validates this theory. The patients react favorably to the training and the use of phonetics. The destruction of the superfluous parts of the cerebrum does not adversely affect the patient's recent memories. In fact, these recent memories stay close to the surface and can be triggered by association with food. Once this association is established, the patient will recite the learnt song in a continuous loop, and the withholding or rewarding of a bonbon can influence the quality of that elucidation further. The patients would thus be capable of fulfilling their assigned tasks and submissively and faithfully without rebelling, and while staying alive as long as possible. So this guy was basically taking out pieces of their brains, trying to see how long they could keep hitting this chant and memorize it to the key where they would need parts of their brain. Pretty messed up. Ugh.
These birds are from the aviary. They served a purpose beyond mere decoration.
Alright, well, this place is messed up, that's for sure, so. Alright, let's go back to Becker. Talk to him, see what he's got to say.
I believe I'm close to finding what I need. Do you know this man downstairs, the one perpetually reciting his multiplication tables?
Yes, he is Wolf. But you will get nothing from him. He will only speak with one man, this Professor Schwartz. But I believe he died a long time ago.
Perhaps the medical files on this man Wolf will be helpful.
So we need to, well, did we find that information about him? Yeah, I know. He said more, but like I said, I accidentally pressed the escape button on that. So, okay, so.
Impossible.
Let's see, I don't think it's this door.
Impossible.
Impossible, you say? Impossible. Yeah, there's a classroom there. Sorry, I went to the wrong door. Alright. Let's see what's in here. Stocks? Huh, okay.
It must be used to punish insolent pupils. Slightly excessive.
Yeah, I would say so. You're not studying class. You're supposed to throw chalk at them or something like that, not put them in the stocks. Or put them in the... when I was in school, it was set you in the corner or something like that, or put the dunce cap on you. They would never do that stuff today, because that's, that'd be degrading. We enjoyed it at the time. Actually, we probably didn't, but still.
This should prove useful.
Is that fake?
And now, time to become the good Professor Schwartz and pay a visit to Wolf.
So, I don't know why there's a false beard in here, but okay. Maybe they needed to pretend to be Schwartz for the purposes of, because he passed on. Looks like is this because for the mental patients who have had their brains messed with, or is this just the patients in general? Not sure. Huh. Some caricatures. 2 + 2 equals, and then, yeah, the one guy who's doing his math. I wonder if it's because he was trying to remember the song or whatever. What's this? Dr. Gygax, as your staff informed me, you could not see me before my departure, and since you implied during our last meeting that my responsibilities at the Institute would be fulfilled by, I believed it was wise to leave you word here. Please understand that the mission entrusted to me by health authorities in this country is not taken lightly and is worth the investment they are making. That is why I inquired into the personal files of every patient, the records, and asked for the specific reasons for your refusal to admit certain patients to the class. Though this is my first assignment, I believe that these itineraries were not dealt with appropriately and in a way that would similarly placed establishments would employ. Future experience will confirm that this is true, but this is not the reason for my letter. Once again, I want to draw your attention to the anonymous patient whom you assigned to the laundry, for which I am grateful. 3 days ago, I was a witness to yet another of his wonderful reawakenings. I was attempting to explain extremely basic concepts concerning gravity to him when he answered my questions by going to write on the board in his typical mechanical manner. Then, without saying a word, and before I could stop him, he began writing a series of equations which greatly exceeded my own knowledge in this field. I copied them before he could erase them, and consulted appropriate text at my college library. To my shock, his equations accurately depicted the relative movements of celestial bodies in our universe and their mutual gravitational influences. I did not understand the half of these calculations, but I was able to determine that they contain no errors. Based on these facts, I beg you to transfer him to the university hospital. I took the liberty of contacting a former colleague and arranged the necessary funds for his transportation and care. They hope to achieve great results in treating his amnesia, as they can confront this man with people hearing a similar degree of, I think it's hearing, of education and knowledge. I hope that you will honor my request. G. Herzog.
Who is this anonymous patient? Perhaps there is a file on him, as with the other patients.
Maybe. What was I gonna say? It kind of reminds me, like the whole super smart guy. It kind of reminds me of Oh, that mathematician. I forgot. He's still alive. He solved the impossible math problem, but he didn't want to be bothered, didn't want the reward. He just wanted to solve the math problem because he wanted to solve a math problem. But he's one of those social outcast type of guys. I forgot his name though. He's I think he's Russian. I think. Whoops! I keep hitting the escape button by accident. And let's go back to Dr. Gygax's office. Now that we got those new information, now we can check that up in the files. Ronaldo, question mark.
Ah, here's the file I was seeking. It can only be our mysterious patient. What a strange character.
Only one of the files in the Institute's examination room is recent enough to be considered as dealing with the patient mentioned in Professor Herzog's letter. The file indicates the man was found on a riverbank and was almost dead. He remained in the rescuer's town for several months. Unfortunately, he suffered from sudden and uncontrollable fits of anger and was placed in a local asylum. He showed no signs of improvement under their care and was consequently sent to the Black Edelweiss. This patient is mute and suffers from after effects of a cranial fracture, including amnesia. He is capable of performing menial tasks and seems to have an extraordinary aptitude for lessons given here. How peculiar. So when he hit his head or something like that, he probably something happened with him mentally, that he still retains certain things, but other things got jostled because of the fracture, or maybe bone fragments in his skull or something like that. But anyway, let's put our disguise together. Alright, now we just need to go to Wolf so we can talk to him. Ah, I'm playing dress up, you know.
So, Wolf, I see you have mastered your lesson. Splendid.
Professor Schwartz?
I congratulate you, Wolf. I cannot say the same about your other classmates. I am most unhappy with their behavior, because it seems they have been cheating.
Professor Schwartz, you saw them, didn't you? I know my lessons. I always work so hard, and the others, they crib from me.
I know, my boy, I know. But their leader, he is a doctor, isn't he?
Yes, Professor, yes. He is the most vile member of the group. Sometimes he tries to keep me from my lessons. He says he will treat me like the others who don't speak like us and who scream so very loud when he punishes them. But I keep to my lessons and recite my tables all the day. He can't stop me.
That's good, my boy. You have made me proud. Now, I need your help. Where do they meet? I must find them and make sure they get the punishment they so rightly deserve.
They meet over there, but it is well hidden and only the doctor has the code. First, he makes noise with the fire near his office. Afterwards, he makes noise with the fire in front of me. And then he makes noise behind me. You will see he does not know his lessons.
Thank you, Wolf. That's a clever boy. You have earned high marks this term, but for now you must try to recite your lessons in silence. Since I am the professor, I know and see everything. There is never a need to shout.
As you say, Professor Schwartz.
I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, just throws off right in front of the guy going, haha, tricked you. Alright, so to activate the thing, we need to hit the light sconces in a specific order. So he said the one here, and then the one in front of him, which is over here. I believe it's just supposed to be this one right here, the one like right in front of him. And then the other one was the, he said behind him, which is supposed to be the disposal room, which is what this is called. I think it's right in front of the disposal room. There we go.
It works. Simplicity itself.
All right.
My apologies, but I do not understand what you're trying to say. If I may introduce myself, I am...
Who you are means nothing. All that matters is your reverence to the One. You came to invoke the great lord with the speaking, and now I ask you, who am I, you wretched mortal?
Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. But anyway, to solve this question, we need to type in Light of Abyss from the notes we got. Oops.
Even your pitiful mind can find enlightenment before serving as food for the servants of chaos.
Where are all those poor souls kidnapped in London? And what about the others who passed through here in their travels?
Your search is in vain. You are nothing to the great lord. Soon he will heed our call, when those titans will be reassembled for the awakening of their king. The sleeping lord shall walk the earth. You and your kind will tear your flesh when you learn how your lives insult the great lord and master. You will plead for the abyss, as have all those before you who fed the Great One. Those who give their weak flesh to our Lord cry for his return. So shall you. He has lain dreaming, silent, hungry, awaiting his followers. Tremble in awe. Behold, the Great One returns.
He makes so much noise. I better be on my way before he attracts the entire staff.
Alright, we have to get out of here. So basically we need to find a way to escape because we can't go back up. Yeah, we can't talk to this crazy guru guy anymore. So let's go back to Gygax's office. Alright, so remember before that one note where it was like 3 bells or 1 bell or whatever it was? So to do this, we have to hit this one. 1, 2, 3 for the elevator, or elevator backup. That'll help us escape. Yeah, looks like we're in the laundry room. Oh, hello. Yeah, laundry room. So we're able to escape because if you try to go up, basically, Holmes says they'll catch me if I go that way.
I must be careful to avoid attention.
Okay, so... And we can't travel right now because of the whole situation going on, so...
Closed. Tight.
Let's see if there's anything I can...
Impossible.
Well, not with that attitude, Mr. Holmes. Anyway, let's talk to that guy, the obvious guy.
No challenge here. It is a primitive lock. Any simple metal tool should allow me to force it.
Now we can't even talk to this guy.
No challenge here.
Yeah, won't even let me talk to the guy. Alright. Well, let's equip the spoon and, but this time we don't have to do a puzzle this time, so, because he said it was primitive.
Pardon me, sir. I need your help. He does not seem to hear me.
Isn't that the guy that's, not mute, deaf or whatever? Or, I might think of someone else, so let's try talking to him again.
Moriarty! Moriarty, my worst enemy and a man who was presumed dead. Who could think this demon could have survived such a great fall at Reichenbach? He seems a shadow of his former self. There is no doubt he has truly lost his memory and therefore cannot be a part of these events.
So the famous Moriarty, what happens is he somehow survives the fall, which kills, technically in the original game, or original stories, kills Sherlock and Moriarty. They both die. But then in this world, he gets captured by these cult members, lobotomized, and that's it. So the great Moriarty reduced to a bumbling idiot because of some occult-like people. I don't know how I feel about that, really, when you think about it, but oh well. What can you do? Not Moriarty from Star Trek: The Next Generation or something like that. So, yeah, that's the big twist in this franchise. Is this is Moriarty right here? So, oh well. What can you do?
Find this outsider as quickly as possible and bring him to the treatment room. I shall take care of his memory.
Professor, do you hear that voice? This man who is speaking to two others, a man of great intellect and ability, who is approaching and is even now right behind that door. You know him, Professor. Come now, Professor. You can't have forgotten so easily. Let me remind you, Professor. I am going to reveal his identity. I will tell you his name. You know him well, Professor. He is... Sherlock Holmes.
Stand where you are.
I guess his hate for Sherlock Holmes, even through his lobotomy, was strong enough to keep his ire. So it was enough for, was it not nerd rage, but insane rage. I don't know what the.
At last, the laundry. First of all, I must prepare my Amos disguise.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
It is the imposter! He is here!
I'll sort you out, buddy. Come here.
The doctor is not here.
We had internal concerns arise today. Herr Director is engaged with urgent hospital matters and cannot be disturbed.
Very well. We will take this troublesome wretch along with us. Perhaps tomorrow the doctor and I will be able to discuss our other matter. First of all, my friend, you should know that you have been dealing with two famous professionals. Your deceit has failed, and you should know that it is impossible to confound us. Who are you, and why have you come here?
What is your opinion, Watson?
Holmes! But what are you doing here? And you are as white as a sheet. It seems as though you met a ghost.
It's quite possible, Watson. Quite possible.
You should have told me about your plans, Holmes.
Definitely not, Watson. You would have acted in an unnatural manner and done everything to persuade me against my course of action.
You can be sure of that. Good God, Holmes, think of the risk you took.
Indeed, Watson, and I hesitate to reveal my further plans. They are likely to be far more dangerous.
Will you explain?
Even though I know the crux of this affair began in Europe, and even perhaps in England, we have no elements indicating the when, the where, and the how. Our only lead would have us travel to a continent not our own, one that is wild and untamed in many ways. I assume that you now know the name of our next destination.
And if you've been paying attention to the notes and everything that we've read, the answer is New Orleans.
You are quite correct, Watson. New Orleans, Louisiana, located in the wilds of America. Our nemesis has a group of his men there, and we must arrive in time to stop them. We must make haste to Le Havre and book ship's passage immediately. I took precautions before our departure from Switzerland, but it is imperative we maintain the utmost secrecy regarding both our true identities and our destination. We are dealing with a cunning and powerful adversary, Watson. Quite powerful.
Do you require assistance, young man?
Ooh.
Ah, yes, young man. As a Mr. Ho, the big detective, it is often necessary to use all of one's little grey cells to solve great mysteries.
Hercule! Hercule! Where are you? Oh, here you are. Naughty boy, come along now.
Madame Poirot, your stop is coming soon. An agent will assist you with your luggage.
As soon as we find a hotel, we shall send for our bags. I took care to leave nothing of value on board. Everything is safe and secure right here. I even have a rough map of the city. As you can see, Holmes, I prepared for every possibility. And here we are in the new world. A whole continent ready to welcome us with open arms. Is this not invigorating, Holmes? Think of the challenge that lies ahead.
Indeed, Watson, but let me remind you that we have few clues and time is not our ally, and countless lives rely upon our success.
You are right, Holmes. Perhaps we should secure some local currency with our bills of exchange. At the present, we have but a few dollars at our disposal.
And yeah, for whatever random reason on the train, we meet Hercule Poirot. For those who don't know, Hercule Poirot is another famous detective in books by Agatha Christie. Murder of the Orient Express and stuff like that. They've done a bunch of movies and series based off him specifically. Most often pretty interesting reads. If you like detectives, that would be a good one to check out. But yeah, randomly there's a reference to Hercule Poirot there. But anyway, with the asylum far behind us and all the horrors and atrocities that went there, and the surprise that we found Moriarty lobotomized, but we're able to utilize his anger for us one last time. But that's the end for Moriarty. Yeah, these games never deal with Moriarty as being a nemesis. It's all these other stories, which is, I guess, nice, but you kind of miss the fact that he's basically a non-entity in these series of games. But what awaits us in the new world in New Orleans is as dangerous as they say. Can we find the secret cult inside this place? Will we accidentally give our names away while doing it? We'll find out next time in the next episode of Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.